What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Old Guy in the Club podcast. I am the old guy. That right there is the other old guy, and there's another old guy right down there. That is Rob Zilla from San Diego, California.
Greetings and salutations. Happy Friday, gentlemen. Nice to be on the show.
And that is Neil Jackson in New York City. Oh, God. Couldn't even wait for your intro. Couldn't even wait. So anyway, we have some topics we're going to get into today. But first, we're going to continue a conversation that we were just having off air, backstage, however you want to say it. And we all think, meaning me and Neil, think that Zilla should start streaming. And that's, I don't know why we're going to have this conversation now because there's no one on the stream yet.
I was wondering the same thing.
What do you guys think? Yeah, that was pretty dumb. But hey, that's nothing new. Nothing new that I jumped the gun a little bit, start talking like there's actually people here. But hey, maybe there's people, there's people like on the, what are we talking about? Like listening
there's
a
no
week
one
from
here.
now, a month from now. No,
they're not going to respond.
Yes, they are. They're going to respond. They're going to say something in their cars like I would do. They'll be like, "Yeah, I really think Zilla should stream."
They're definitely not going to respond. At least we won't know it.
Oh, we'll know.
Yeah. So this is the Old Guy in the Club podcast. My name is Rob Zilla, along with my friends Justin Zotz and Neil Jackson, broadcasting live 5 p.m. on the West Coast, 8 p.m. on the East Coast, and 6 p.m. every Friday in that hole in the desert, that landlocked, glorious place that is Phoenix, Arizona, where Justin lives. You can also find our podcast wherever you get podcasts each and every subsequent Monday for the replay. And don't forget, we are streaming live, which means our chat room is live on the Twitch cat at twitch.tv/White Label Agency. Almost forgot what the hell I was going with that. There you are. And a special shout out. I just saw our very first comment to our modest Jenna. Hi, Jenna. She will be administrating the chat room for us this evening, as well as putting up our questions, answers, polls, and all sorts of other fun stuff. And do not mess with her. She wields massive power in this chat room. Here we are. This is the Old Guy in the Club for Friday, December 18th.
And she just indicated that we are one follower away from 500.
Well, that's because I unfollowed us.
Oh. we are now two followers away from 500.
We were at 500. I'm like, screw this, unfollow. We're at 499.
Yeah, and this
awesome.
Just in, we are now 2 followers away from 500.
That's funny. What's in the cup tonight, Neil? That should be a segment. What's in the cup, Neil?
BRL Coffee Co.
Oh, yeah?
I bought it on brlcoffeeco.com. I'm drinking the dark roast. It is called Closer.
That sounds like it'd be an homage to Guapole.
It is.
What?
It is. It's funny because I saw it and then I YouTubed the song. And I was like, man, I love this song.
How about that?
Yeah. So that is what is in the cup.
It's amazing. I wish I could do coffee. Gentlemen, here's a question for us, for you both, as well as for Claudia and Jenna in the chat room. Do you guys have, I'm sensitive to caffeine. My old man, God bless him, my dad, can have a cup of coffee at the stroke of midnight and still zonk out like it's nothing. I, on the other hand, if I have a cup of coffee anytime after, 12 noon, I'm wired for the rest of the night. We have some really good friends in the chat room right now. I'm eyeballing. Shout out to our pals E-Rock. Shout out to our pal William Lifestyle. Irene, hello. Claudia, hello. It's nice to see everybody. Welcome. So glad you guys are here. But back to the question, how do we do on coffee, guys?
So Neil and I. Oh, sorry, Neil.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
You're the coffee mogul now.
No. Go ahead.
I defer to you, coffee mogul.
Oh, well, no. I mean, if we're talking about coffee habit, I can drink coffee. I can drink certain coffees certain roasts don't really affect me too much. Now there's certain things like lighter roasts, like BRL Coffee Co.
Oh God.
Kiss of Life. That light roast will kick you in the nads. That shit'll have me up till about 6 a.m, and I can barely stay up till midnight now. So, but dark roast I can actually drink. I can drink. I mean, I'm drinking it now, so I'll be fine. I got to be up for a little while anyway.
So Zilla, I have a question for you, and you know everything. You're the guy I call when I don't know the answer to a simple question. What did I call you for last time about that? Oh, so I call, Zilla. Hello, Douglas fir or noble fir? I was out Christmas tree shopping, so I call Zilla when I don't know what to buy. But anyway, that's not why I brought that up. So Neil and I were having a conversation the other day, and I asked a question. I might sound dumb when I ask it again here, but that's nothing new. So when you brew a pot of coffee, right, and you have the carafe, and there's the lines, and it's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, right? Is each one a cup of coffee?
Yes.
Okay. So I think I have a problem. I drink
I'm so sorry.
12 to 15 cups of coffee a day.
Hold on one second. I'm going to reload. For whatever reason, you guys are
no, you're good now. You're good.
I feel like it's on my side. You guys are glitchy on my side. So I'm going to reload this browser really quick. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Where are we going to go?
I don't even have anything to say while he's gone. I was in the middle of a goddamn story.
He was like, don't go anywhere. And I started to rifle off all the ideas of where I could possibly go. And it was very short-lived. I can't go anywhere.
Yeah, well, we can talk about this. We can talk. No, let's just not talk about anything. Oh God.
But
there he is.
There we go.
You guys, I'm gonna tell you. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's StreamYard, or maybe I don't know what's going on. But everything's a little wonky on my end for you guys. So I think it might be my internet connection here at the house.
I mean, you've been in and out of being okay. Sometimes it's good. Like right now, it seems good at least.
I mean, that's just like me in life. Wait, did you guys put a way to dodge a story? Was that me?
So I don't know if you heard it or not, but when you just told us that actually, those lines are actual cups of coffee, yeah. I realized that I drink 12 to 15 cups of coffee a day. Is that a lot?
Wait, what?
Yeah. Okay. When I brew coffee in a pot, like a normal brewing a pot of coffee in the morning, I will brew up to the 10 line.
That's 80 ounces. It's basically, so it should be 10 8-ounce cups of coffee. Right? A cup of coffee is considered 8 ounces. That's 80 ounces of coffee, sir. That's just under a liter of caffeine.
So just think, 240 ounces. 240 ounces, but filled with coffee.
I drink a couple 40s every morning.
That is frightening, dude.
Now, if your coffee is BRL, that's a good thing because it's putting money in Neil's pocket.
Yeah, then rent is paid by the end of the week.
I blew through. I blew through. That's hard to say. I blew through that 12-ounce coffee in 3 days.
Wow!
Damn! Thank God.
So, yeah, I can't afford to re-up, so I'm drinking now K cups again.
Thank God we're making a 2-pound bag.
Oh yeah, that'll last you at least a week. But yeah, so I drink that 10 cupper in the morning, and then in the afternoon I'll drink I'll make like 4 to 6 cups, and drink that.
Yo, now that explains so much more than what we're talking about. This is why the old guy in the club is so fucking angry. He's not angry. He's just talking really loud.
It's funny that you say that because I wasn't going to use the word angry, but I was going to use the word irritable. And it's like that much caffeine, when you're coming down off of that much coffee, of course you're irritable. Plus, it's Justin's personality magnified by all of that. I mean, it's that's a significant amount of coffee, Mr. Zotz.
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, but I don't put anything in it, so I just drink it black, no sugar. So it's not like the caffeine intake is probably unhealthy, but the actual drinking of it's not like I'm drinking all this sugar or dairy or anything.
Right, except for all of the acid that you're pumping. Coffee. It's not like coffee isn't acidic, and you get that. I mean, God, here's an old guy question. Got any problems with GERD or acid reflux? Because I want to tell you what's causing it.
I used to. I don't anymore. But I just jinxed myself, I'm sure.
Samuel J and E-Rock pose. They have really good questions. Or actually, Samuel has a good question. E-Rock is just speaking facts.
I mean, E-Rock's on a timeout. He hurt my feelings.
Wow.
What?
Yeah. E-Rock hurt my feelings earlier in the chat.
No. E-Rock cannot be on a timeout because he can flip the switch and we'd be off the air. This is Twitch, bro. We got to be nice to E-Rock.
E-Rock's trying to play like we ain't been friends for 20 years.
He just hit one button. He hits one button and he replaces any one of us on this show. He just pops up in the window.
Honestly, E-Rock, I'm going off on my own anyway, so anytime you want to take my place, just let me know.
Oh God!
But dude, 15.
I'm about to go all John Lennon in this Beatles. I'm about to be like one of the Hanson brother or the Jonas brother that went off on his own and did better than the other guys. I'm about to go all Zayn Malik on this show.
Am I the only one that when they hear the Hanson brothers, they don't think of the band Hanson, but they think of the movie Slapshot?
I played Hanson's Christmas album earlier, so I'm thinking Hanson.
Well, every time I hear Hanson, it is bop or nothing. I haven't thought about the movie Slapshot in 20 years until you
one of the most underrated funny movies of all time.
Which
probably top 30 for me.
Which one?
Slapshot.
I can't even remember that movie.
I mean, while we're talking about all this coffee, dude, that's some pretty aggressive intestinal activity. I mean, I don't know about you guys, and I'm not trying to get graphic here, but a good cup of coffee motivates certain things in the morning. So I can only imagine what your 7 gallons for breakfast would do to your intestinal tract. I mean, do you spend like half the morning in the bathroom?
I wouldn't say half.
You have to be pissing up a storm.
Oh, I'll add this into the equation. I probably drink 100 to 150 ounces of water a day, too.
Okay.
You must spend most of your day in the bathroom.
I spend a lot of time in the bathroom. But Neil, you've been out with me. Both of you guys have been out with me. If I'm drinking like alcohol, which I don't really do much anymore, but if I'm out drinking, I am in the bathroom half the night. Like after every single drink or beer I have to piss. And that's just because all day long I drink liquid all day.
You have the bladder of a 22-year-old sorority girl.
I do. That is true.
You just have a pillow on the toilet, like.
Oh, you have one of those old school toilet bowls, toilet seats that's padded.
Oh, the puffy one.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, we had one once.
It's like that sticky plastic like material.
It's like vinyl.
Justin's so old. He's got the one with the handle that's like up here. Yeah. Like those, like the one in The Godfather.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The Michael Corleone. They hid the pistol for Michael Corleone in there.
Back there.
Just after they demolished the outhouse.
Not that I want to really go this way, but I did have something on my list. You guys know I like to have a list.
You need a graphic for that. The list.
Here's the list today. And the only here's what it says, and I will read it in exactly the way that I wrote it. Dumping in public. Are you for or against it? I can't do it.
Wait, what? What are we talking about?
Well, everyone's talking about.
Is the question like the aversion to using public restrooms? Okay.
Yes.
I'll jump in on this right away. I will avoid it at all costs if I can. I will route certain things about my day because I kind of run on a schedule, so I know when I'm going to be home. If there's like activity A and activity B that are happening, and then in the beginning, or in the middle of it, I find myself in need, I will just cancel the activities and just go home. Now, and then I'll pick up where I left off.
I have to clarify something. I didn't mean actually in public, like on the street.
I was like, what are we talking about right now?
No, of course not. I just meant, here's why I brought this up. And, as I go about my week, certain things pop in my brain, and I'm like, that's an interesting topic.
Dumping in public. Huh.
Yeah.
I was at the dentist's office, and I had to take a shit. There is like 0 chance that's ever happening. And then I was like, I think a normal human being, if they had to take a shit, would just go take a shit right now. Am I wrong?
I'm just saying I wouldn't do it. I don't know what other people do. I just know that it's not for me.
I have.
Of course, we all have, but it's something like.
I guess the better question is what is your technique?
What does that mean?
Everybody's got a technique. You have to avoid touching certain things. Or if you're gonna do the number 2 in a public bathroom.
I if it's not clean, I can't do it. There's no way.
They're never clean.
Nah, they're clean enough.
Clean enough?
Yeah.
The hell's
if they're not, enough? I'm not going.
You ever play? You guys ever you ever play tag or hide and seek when you were a kid, and you have safe zones where people can't get to you? I actually have a mental inventory of safe restrooms all throughout San Diego County where I know that I can go, that they are Zilla approved, whether it's friends, family members. I used to have prime example, Justin, was 2-on-2 at the Hard Rock. There was a bank of restrooms at the Hard Rock that nobody knew about, that nobody went to, and that was our safe space. That's where we would go because we knew none of the guests that were there for intervention would ever show their faces in there. And we called it 2-on-2 because you could do a number 2 and it was located on the 2nd floor. That's why it was 2-on-2.
Yeah, I mean, look, hotels are great for that.
I was going to say hotels.
Casinos are the best.
Apple stores.
Apple stores have their own bathrooms?
They have public bathrooms. They just don't show them.
No way.
Yeah. I have them all mapped out throughout the city.
Do you say hey Siri, I need to take a shit, and then a door opens?
No, you look up any Apple store, and they all have public bathrums.
That's funny.
Yeah, so they have one in Soho.
Wouldn't that be great if that happened?
They have one in Soho, one by Central Park, one in the Meatpacking District, and I've used all of them.
Now I almost feel like I have to go take a dump at an Apple store now, just because. Because it seems like it almost seems like something that doesn't happen on an everyday basis. So you're like, dude, I had to go, and I went over at the Apple store.
The Crapple store.
God, I don't know why that was such an old man joke.
Because I'm old.
He was like, the Crapple store.
But he said it like you had that that Bill Cosby look, like that Jello pudding pop look on your face. The Crapple store.
It would have made it worse if you'd have been like, huh? Huh?
He was so proud.
Huh? Get it?
Our good friend Matt Mira in the Twitch chat. I dropped the deuce in the White House once and considered upper decking it, but couldn't do it.
Oh,
that's
my
aggressive.
God, upper decking.
My sister, Hannah Girl, what the fuck? I just logged in and this discussion is gross. Barf face emoji. William Lifestyle asks an interesting question. I'm inquiring minds want to know. I wonder what type of products do they have at the Apple Store. I mean, is the Apple Store a 1-ply or 2-ply venue? Do they have like nice soaps?
No, it's a 1-ply. It's a 1-plier.
Fuck that place, dude.
Hey,
what kind of
I think
are you to provide people with 1-ply?
It's a publicly traded company. They got shareholders looking for the looking at the bottom line.
I actually prefer Scott tissue.
Wait, what?
Does Scott know this?
It's very cheap. It's very cheap, and that's not why I prefer it. I just prefer it.
Yeah.
Wait, I don't. What is that?
It's like
ply?
to wipe your ass with sandpaper. That's what it is.
Yeah, basically.
They have the eye wipe.
My sister says that the Nordstrom in La Jolla has a secret bathroom. I mean,
yeah, department stores have great bathrooms.
So can I tell you guys this? 10 odd years ago, I actually wanted to create an app, and everybody laughed at me. But I swear to God, I would not be doing this show had I actually sucked it up and put that app out there, which was the Yelp for public bathrooms.
That's a George Costanza. George Costanza wanted to do that.
George Costanza never once in his lifetime ever wanted to make an app.
Not an app, but it was a business idea he had.
Okay.
You don't remember this episode?
No, but I'm just trying to tell you that I wanted to have a Yelp, and you would go through and people would rate it based on the amenities, how many stalls it has. You could write the review, whether there's enough, if there's enough shoulder room in between the urinals and whatnot, whether it's a 1-ply, 2-ply, baby wipes provided, who knows, all sorts of the amenities. And then it's like, you instead of 1 to 5 stars, maybe you'd run it on 1 to 5 flushes, or, and then you would just, like, no matter where you are, it would be like a geofence, and people could tell you were like, oh my God, I'm in downtown San Diego. I need to go urgently, and it would give you like the next 3 closest options with ratings on your phone and give you directions on how to get there.
All right, I got a better question, and then we can leave this topic alone. But
okay, fine.
Do you let's say you're at Nordstrom, for example.
Okay.
You walk up to the men's room and you have to, drop a deuce. Do you prefer like a 1-person bathroom, or do you prefer a bathroom with like 4 stalls, 3 urinals, and 3 sinks?
It doesn't matter to me because I'm legally disabled, so I get to use the big stall no matter where I go. But no matter what, if I can avoid it, I'm coming home. I have one sanctuary in this world. That is mine, and that's where I go.
Huh. But what if you're
My
far
baby
away?
wife's there. I have a routine. I don't leave the house until I know that I'm in the clear.
Interesting. I have the entire city mapped out, so like that app would do nothing for me because I know where all the right hotels, all the Apple stores, and I'm a member of Soho House, so if worse comes to worse, I can always just go there.
Got nice bathrooms at Soho House.
Yeah, they do.
I
travel because I when I travel out into the city, I already kind of mapped it out. Except for yesterday, I used the bathroom in Central Park for the very first time. Let me tell you.
Wow.
Was the bird lady from Home Alone 2 standing guard?
Man, it smelled like I walked into one massive vapor of urine.
Yikes.
Yeah, it was terrible. It was the worst place imaginable. Like if hell had a bathroom, it would be in Central Park. The worst place ever. But anyway, so don't ever use that one. And I don't know what I was thinking. A quarter of a mile down, there was an Apple store, and I don't know why it didn't come to mind. It was a FAO Schwartz Apple store.
It's super hard for me, and then we really do need to leave this topic because it's just 25 minutes on pooping is just kind of ridiculous. Airplanes. I cannot, for the life of me, I can't go on a plane.
No, of course not. We're both bigger than the bathroom itself.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I probably could if I stretched in the aisle for a half hour beforehand, and I'm playing human Tetris with myself. I got like one leg on the sink, a hand like I'm doing what's that game? Human Twister. I'd be doing that and maybe just maneuvering something in the general vicinity of the bowl. But yeah, pooping on planes, not the jam.
Are you watching Matt Mira's comment?
Charmin actually has an app called
No
Sit
way.
or Spot for locating public bathrooms.
Sorry, Zilla.
Damn. And
Another
you
one
can't,
bites the dust.
yeah, you can't compete against Charmin. They'll
No.
fuck the whole world up.
They're coming after you. Like, boom, what?
Yeah.
Oh, guys, can you hear that beep? That's me. Can you hear that?
Is that your pacemaker? What is that?
Do you hear it?
No, we don't hear it.
Oh, okay,
I don't
good.
hear it.
I don't hear it, but I mean, it's just an old guy beeping. Usually, is indicative of like an EKG or something.
Yeah.
What the fuck is going on today?
I don't know. You
We
want
lost
to?
Zilla.
Okay, so more on your list.
Hey, there he is.
I just got an error message from StreamYard that just said something went wrong. So
Well, obviously.
I think that there's an issue on the StreamYard side. But anyways, I'm back. Hi. Welcome back to the Old Guy in the Club.
All right, so
All
maybe
right,
we can
so-
have this conversation now.
Okay.
What conversation?
The one that you try to ask a bunch of people that know you asked a chat that wasn't there.
Yeah, to everyone in the chat right now, the old guy had an old guy moment earlier, and I was engaging the chat in the first 3 minutes of the show, and there were literally 0 viewers at that time. And the other guys were looking at me like, what the fuck is wrong with you? So if you would like to hear that 3 minutes of the show, go back and check it out on YouTube or Apple Podcasts or Spotify Podcasts starting Monday morning.
Look who's learning stuff.
Now I feel like I need to make a good impression now, so I can somehow be a part of Rob Zilla's new show that he's about to start. See that?
What?
I segued into that too.
No. That's not a done deal. But go on. Go ahead.
Wait, I'm not allowed?
Go
I'm not allowed?
No. I'm just saying.
So chatters, I know some of you guys were in Neil's stream earlier, and it's so funny. I was scrolling as I was taking a private dump on Twitch, and you know how they show like a little preview of what's going on in someone's channel? I saw your face. So I was like, oh, Zilla's on Neil's show. Let me go check this out. And I connected as you were getting off. I missed it.
Oh, I thought you were there the whole time, just lurking.
No. I was not. So, chatters, we think Zilla should start streaming and should have his own show. What do you guys think?
I mean, but you had fun though, Zilla, right?
I had a lot of fun, but you know what the thing is that it's fun when I don't have any responsibility, right? Like I get to just show up. I get to show up. I get to goof off with you guys. It's fun. There's no pressure. There's no pressure into having to put out any kind of content that actually appeals to people.
Do you think I care?
Well, obviously not, as evidenced by the last 29 weeks. However, I love this engagement where we're hanging out. We get to bring people in, but the process of, I don't know. I'm not saying no to it. I'm not saying yes, I'm going to do it. I'm open to ideas and suggestions. I do want to find a lane if I were to do it. And folks in the chat room, I'm open to ideas. Feel free to email me at robzilla@me.com. That's ROBZILLA@me.com. I don't want to do what's already being done. Like, why rehash things? So if I could find a lane that is of interest and that covers topics that people really want to talk about and engage on, I'd definitely consider it. I'm just not sold on it yet.
Really? I mean, Jesus Christ. I honestly don't think it's StreamYard. I think it's him.
Of course it's him.
There is obviously a problem with my internet connection at my house. I'm so embarrassed.
You think so, Detective?
I'm like,
We obviously, I really, you know how hard it is to get a Wi-Fi signal here in my mom's basement. And yeah, like as Jenna said, would my show have the list? Probably not. I wouldn't want to have to, like all the good content is here. You know what I'm saying? I need to have stable Wi-Fi in order to do a show.
No.
J-Ro, I'm with you. Like I don't know what's happening here right now. I need to get on the phone with AT&T on the Uverse side of things because there's a
Jen, get off the Wi-Fi. Stop making the TikTok videos.
So wait,
get off the Wi-Fi.
So I don't know how big your house is and like what the distance is from your room to the to the router. But what you do is you just buy a long ass cable. This is what I did. I bought a long ass cable and I just installed it through the ceiling and then dropped it right into my room. And I'm hardwired all the way through. That's all you got to do, or find somebody to do it for you. But like literally running cable is nothing. Unless I don't know what your house looks like.
In all of the weeks that we've been doing this, I don't know what in the world is happening with our Wi-Fi today. I think it might be a thing that's just happening locally. We've never had any connectivity issues. It just happens to be a thing today, and we're having fun with it. So, but yeah, I've never really had an issue. But also Justin will tell you that my house has been under construction for like 4 years. And that's a long story that I don't want to go too far into, but it deals with shady contractors and litigation. So our house has been under construction for quite some time. When it is completed and when it is actually, we have to actually like undo what they did and then rebuild another house. It'll be a comfortable size, and I'm actually building myself. Fingers crossed, I'll have like my own little apartment here too. So it'll be nice. I hope. We'll see. With my own internet connectivity, blazing fast.
So okay, in the meantime, then I'm just gonna have to bring you on my show and then throw you onto the main page. I was there the whole time. You were like, he has to take it down. I was like, no, I don't. I was like, take it away, Rob. And you killed it. You absolutely did so. You did so good.
Thanks, man. That means a lot. I mean, listen, you've built a community. I mean, so when you say stuff like that, it means the world to me because, in the beginning of the pandemic, everyone's trying to find like what it is that they want to do and find new ways to be creative and new ways to connect with people. And not only did you build a community, but you built a business out of that community, right? So for you to say that means the world to me. Justin, And so... But I mean, look at what we've done over the last 6 months, guys. Right? Like honestly, we've done that here as well. We make a point to get together every Friday with our friends. Whether we have some of our old ones, we're making new ones every week, and we have a lot of fun. I love this, but I don't know. Maybe I do need to step out on my own in addition to doing this in order to have a lot of also build something of my own.
Yeah, you could play music. We could play My Posse's on Broadway over and over and over again.
Buttermilk Biscuits.
Zilla, with your network of celebrity friends, I don't think you'd have any problems getting some people to come on as guests here and there, in addition to your natural ability to just entertain people.
You're very kind, Justin. Thank you.
That was my segue into our next segment, by the way.
But that's a great segue. Well done. My sister, mind you, also is on my case. She's like, you guys started something with her the last couple of weeks. So I'll run into her in the hallway here at the house, and she'll be like, "So when are we doing our podcast? When am I coming on the show now?" So before, she wanted nothing. She just wanted to sit here and talk shit in the chat room. Now you guys planted the seed. Jen Zilla wants to come in, and she's like, "Oh, so when am I on the podcast? when we start our show.
Jen knows she's always welcome to come on the show.
I think Jen should come on
time.
right now.
She won't. So don't
She
even.
won't.
We got to give her like a little time.
Hannah, don't be a
like-
wuss.
Well,
Everyone's like, ah.
If we actually, I think we can plan on Jen making an appearance for the Festivus episode on Wednesday.
yes.
I think we can plan on that. I think she actually was like thinking about like ugly Christmas sweaters and things like that for the show. So I think we would plan on her.
So speaking of,
Wait.
what?
What are we seeing on the chat? She won't. I won't.
What? What's happening?
Hold on.
Are you looking
So
at? Are you even looking at the chat? It's only the
I'm
second to the last comment.
I am also producing this show, so I have stuff that I do that you don't even see what goes on back.
What are you
here.
talking about? I did the same thing this morning.
But you're good at it. It's a lot harder for me to do. I can't do two things at once. You crazy?
You don't know what I'm doing. I'm like, I just did this.
God forbid we walk and chew gum, people. Jenna, to answer your question, so my legal last name, my sister's legal last name is Hannah. So Jen Hannah are one and the same. That's where that comes from. To answer your question, Claudia, how big is the house? It's got a few bedrooms. It's all right. It's a comfortable house for 4 adults, and it's nice.
It's a big, beautiful house with a nice pool in the backyard.
Wait, hold on.
And an amazing
does it have
grill.
wings?
It has wings.
Does it have wings?
Oh yeah.
It doesn't.
If you at least have one wing, then that shit's big.
I wouldn't
Shit's
say that
big.
it has wings. I wouldn't say it has wings.
It's a big, beautiful house. The floor
Thank
is
you,
beautiful.
Justin.
The floor is beautiful. I mean, as Rob said, and he's not going to get into it, and I won't give any real details, but they have some issues with contractors. But what's been done is beautiful. I mean, I'm sure there's issues that I don't know about. Or actually, that I do know about, but I won't talk about.
Does it?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
No. Go ahead. I'm like,
Don't encourage him, Zilla.
Claudia was asking, where does Zilla come from? Predominantly Japan.
I was like, wow.
When I was a very here's the thing. When I was a very young baby DJ on the radio here in San Diego, DJs very rarely use their own names when they're on the air. We've never done. Very few actually do. And I wanted to have a name that kind of embodied my personality, my delivery style, that fit with the radio station that I was at. Being 6'6", Rob Zilla just kind of clicked, and I've carried that name. Actually, even before I was in on the radio, it actually was part of. I carried that name in college, so it's been that way for a while, and that's where it is. I'm not going to give you the square footage, nor am I going to give you the address, but I'll tell you that it's more than 3 and less than 5. Is that fair? It's aggressive questions, Claudia. It's like it's making my computer shake.
So are you saying Rob Zilla is your stage name?
Rob Zilla is the on-air name. Yeah, it's my stage name. It's for my OnlyFans.
Oh, I love stage
names. People are gonna start looking up my shit on Zillow now, like pricing my house. This asshole is poor.
So I have, and I was trying to find a way in, Zilla, as you were just talking about your early days in radio, because one of the topics that we're going to talk about tonight that we kind of teased last week are some bad and good celebrity encounters.
Okay.
And so Zilla and we're going back and forth earlier. Neil just didn't want to take part in this conversation because that's Neil. And I had some fun looking through old pictures, and Zilla, I'm sure, had fun looking through old pictures. But we did find some good pictures of some celebrity encounters. And some of these here, excuse me, are Zilla from back in the early radio days. And I'm going to start with one. I'm going to start with one right now.
Oh, here we go.
How about that?
So if you were on BRL this morning, you heard me talking about shooting my shot with Shakira, and that's the photo. That certainly happened. I've actually
bro, I swear to God, I thought that was Britney Spears.
Shut up.
What?
100%.
Yeah, no, that's definitely Shakira rocking the Juicy Couture velour. Like, that's how you know how old that shit is she's rocking a Juicy Couture velour sweatsuit.
Yeah, I saw.
And as you can see, like that's my plaque for the work that the radio station supported laundry service when we were one of the stations that kind of launched that record and launched it so that's the plaque that goes along with it. But yeah, I shot my shot back before sliding into the DMs was a thing. I shot my shot with Shakira. Just
amazing.
Who wouldn't? I actually told that story on Neil's show earlier this morning. And yes, that is some 90s photography. These were all photographs. A lot of these things that you're going to see, these are no digital scans. These are actual
I was just about to ask. I'm like, did you scan these?
This might be my favorite.
Hello? Is it Lionel Richie you're looking for?
Dude, he's got a big mouth.
A big mouth. Big teeth, big mouth.
I actually had hair back then, believe it or not.
Amazing.
There was a significant head of hair. Shoney's asking, how'd it go? Did you get her number? No, I mean, she was super polite. I played on the whole, hey, you're from the Middle East. My family's from the Middle East. Next time you're in San Diego. And she was like, yeah, she was totally cool about it, but, whatever. However, it turns out that her brother ended up asking out one of my sister's friends. True story. And my sister's friend ended up, kicking it with her brother for a little while. So we had our ins into Team Shakira.
Dude, I would probably freak out if I met her. For real. Oh,
honest to God, sweetest thing ever. I mean, when you see somebody that's she started her career super young, right? Like she was a teenager. She didn't break into the United States after she was multi-platinum in Europe and South America, right? Like, so she was a global force and then, broke in America. Samuel J's like, you should have offered to take her to fish tacos. Believe me, that story's coming up a little bit later. Justin's looking all confused, but I will tell this story a little bit later with one of the photos with Destiny's Child.
Wait, what? I didn't download a Destiny's Child.
So confused.
There's a Destiny's Child photo in the list.
You sent me a ton of pictures, so I only took the ones that was like you and one other person. I saw the group. I didn't want to look through. I couldn't even tell I was fucking Shakira. So I'm not going to look through a whole group.
Fair enough. All right. Well, bring on the next one. What up, Sugar Bear?
That is definitely scanned.
I love it.
So that is me, along with the most famous resident of the Donovan Correctional Facility here in San Diego, California, Marion. You can call him Sugar Bear Knight, the former CEO of Death Row Records. And, just hanging out, having cocktails. Again, a much younger me. That's when I still could, when my hair had its natural color and, yeah. I'm going to tell you something. I'm not intimidated by a lot of people. I'm not really intimidated by anybody. It's hard not to be intimidated when you're around Suge.
Yep.
It's almost impossible.
He actually, I met him a couple times, once in Vegas and then once in San Diego at the Hard Rock when he was there one day, where we actually didn't let him stay. He was not allowed on property.
I was a part of that conversation.
Were you?
Yeah, because I was the one that got the text saying, hey, Suge wants to come through, and I brought it to you and Andy. And I think you guys had that conversation, but it kind of originated, I think, with me, where Suge wanted to come through. And I'm like, yeah.
I have no memory of anything. It's the worst.
Right.
I wish I could remember. Luckily, I have these pictures to remind me of all the fun times we've had together.
Amen to that. What else you got?
Here's one that we're both in. This isn't a big one because he's our friend, and it's not anything crazy, but this is always a fun day
Yes.
at Intervention with Little John, which we would do every single year. And obviously our friend Sid Vicious in the middle there.
Absolutely.
So that was always fun. But I mean, this isn't like we could post pictures all day. I do have a couple that I want to just throw up there because I get a kick out of them. No one else might
Okay.
care. But one that made me laugh and was like, I was so happy that I did it was this one.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that one's good.
Yeah. So, and I
Ken
wasn't
Jeong?
going to do it. I don't think I've ever in my life asked someone to take a picture with me, but I was standing with our photographer for Comic-Con, and what's his name? Ken Jeong?
Jeong? Yeah.
So
Jeong?
Ken Jeong walks in, and I'm like, holy shit. Because I don't Sylvester Stallone walks in, I'm like, I don't really give a shit. It's like the character actors that I really geek out on. So
But did you die?
Ken Jeong walks in. I'm like, holy shit. And our photographer, Hugh, says, who's that? I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? I'm like, he's like, you want a picture? I'm like, no, not really. He's like, yes, you do. And he like grabs Ken Jeong. He's like, here, take a picture with my boss. And so that's how we got that picture. Which he was like the nicest human being ever. Like just down to earth, normal, like awesome, nice guy. So that was good. I like good interaction. So our topic, and I don't even think I said this, did I say our topic? Best and worst celebrity encounters.
Okay.
So that was one of the best for me for sure. I'm going to show one of you and then I'm going to show one of me because they tie together. So this is a good one of Zilla.
All right. That's the one and only Chuck D of Public Enemy. That was him.
And-
He actually took the photo. Yeah.
And then how about that?
Also with Chuck D of Public Enemy.
Yeah. So that was like one of the cooler ones that I've ever done. I think I might have asked him to take a picture. I think that might be like the only time ever. I was at this festival I was doing with our friends, the EC Twins, and we were just backstage hanging, and he was there, and I was like totally fanboying out. But
there's an old adage where they say like never meet your idols; they will always disappoint you. And meeting Chuck D was the antithesis of that. I will tell you that there have been some celebrity encounters where you get to have conversations with people on a human level. Chuck D is scary intelligent, has a very interesting view of the world. Like I would love to be in a room and be in a conversation simultaneously with Tom Morello, Chuck D, and Killer Mike of Run the Jewels. Like I think that would be, oh look, there's Tom Morello, go figure. Of Rage Against the Machine and or any other incarnation of bands that he's been in over the last 20 years, including Audio Slave. What else? I mean, he's done. What was the super group that PE and Rage put together? That was basically PE and Rage.
Prophets of Rage.
Prophets of
Yeah,
Rage.
was
There
that
it
good? I never really paid attention to them.
Insane. One of the funnest shows. Shout out to the homie Ahmed. My buddy Ahmed was the one who actually set me up with tickets and actually took me to the show. He's really good friends with Tom, and set that entire encounter up. That show was in a 1,000-seat theater called the Observatory. That's maybe a 1,000-person house in North Park, and you've never seen. You want to talk about two worlds colliding? So here you've got like the Rage Against the Machine world of people our age, plus you've got the PE hip hop heads, and then you had the people that were recently turned on to both bands. Like you've got a younger demographic because they just knew them as Prophets of Rage, and everybody just came to have a good time. So that was a whole lot of fun. Shoney says, hell yeah, I love Mims. First of all, Mims is awesome. He's a great human being. And secondly, that's Chuck D, bro. What's wrong with you? Shoney Pony. Oh, Shoney.
So this feels like this is the Zilla and Zot's conversation here, Neil. But forget the good interactions or encounters. Let's talk about some bad ones. Now, I had one bad one, and it wasn't even me. I just witnessed it, and it really turned me off to this guy, and I hate him ever since. Flying to Vegas from San Diego, get off the plane.
Bless you.
He's like 100 feet away. I mean, not that my house is that big, but he's like all the way in the other room. Get off the plane, and this is a few days after the Warriors won a championship. Okay? Get off a plane. There's an older guy in front of me, probably 70 years old. And we get off the plane and we're walking off, and sitting right there is Klay Thompson from the Warriors. And this guy sees him, this old guy, probably 70, 80 years old, something like that, sees him. His face kind of lights up. He walks over to Klay Thompson, and Klay Thompson totally fucking big times him. I never wanted to punch someone in the face more in my life. Like, here's this guy who's could be your grandfather, and he's just coming over to say congratulations on like winning a championship, and like he like put his hand out and like looked away, and like did not even engage the guy. I wanted to kill him, and to this day, I hate fucking Klay Thompson for that.
If you're gonna hate somebody, that seems like a reasonable reason.
Yeah, and then my only other, I mean, I have a million celebrity encounters, but one that I'll never forget is the first time I ever met Sean Merriman. I didn't know him personally. I know him pretty well now, but the first time I ever met him, I had to I was like screaming at him to get out of my friend's cabana, but he wasn't really listening, and there was nothing that he was going to do. Where I couldn't do anything. The guy's a fucking monster. But yeah, eventually we became friends, but I was a little scared at the time. I just remembered a good one.
Oh, do tell.
I'm working at Body English. Hold on. What? Come over here. Come say hello. Come say hello. If you're going to stand there. There's Robzilla right there.
Hi, Tom. the ever-growing Tommy Zotz. That's awesome.
I'm working at Body English in Vegas, and I honestly can't remember if it was a customer or one of our hostesses, like one of the girls that would like walk the tables to the people to the tables. And they come up to me and they're like, "Hey, this guy just sat down at our table and he won't get up. Can you come help us?" And I'm like helping to run the place. I think I wasn't running that place, but I was running rehab, but then Joe, who was running the place, was out of town, so I was watching it for the week or whatever. So I'm like, "Oh yeah, I'll help out." So I walk up and we get to the table and it's Mike Tyson. And she goes, "Yeah, he just won't leave." And I'm like, "Yeah, that's sorry." She's like, "Well, are you going to make him leave?" I'm like, No. She's like, "Why not?" I go, "Because that's fucking Mike Tyson."
I like having both my ears. Fuck off.
Yeah, and that was, yeah. So that was my Mike Tyson story. But
sorry, but in a similar vein, apparently George Clooney was on the Stern Show last week, and he was talking about when he was in the 90s going to various nightclubs in New York City. There would be a guy that would follow him around and always show up at his table uninvited and would always be drinking and always trying to creep on the waitresses that were a fraction of his age. That person is the current occupant of the White House. Apparently in the 90s, Donald Trump just liked to go to nightclubs and sip on George Clooney's booze.
Oh, yeah. Guys, we have a special guest.
Okay.
Can you guys see him?
I don't see.
There he is.
What up?
Oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, our good friend, Scooter.
Scooter the Stallion.
You guys, man, how you feeling?
Merry Christmas, buddy. Brother.
I'm good, man. Actually, it's kind of nuts right now because the strip clubs, I own a bar up here, and literally in real time right now, we're literally opened, and then they're trying to close us down like right now. It's like bananas. I was like packing my bag, and I got a call that the state literally got an injunction against a court's ruling that says that we can all open up for patio stuff. So like it's like right now it's crazy.
Yeah, I just saw that. That's why I was asking Rob. Was that earlier today or? I saw somebody say something about that.
Yo, here's the story. So our 2 strip clubs in San Diego managed to get a judge to do an injunction so they could open because they sold food. Well, then like every restaurant tried to do the same lawsuit, and they're like, no. But then one other restaurant went in, did the same one, and the same judge was like, I can't say yes to these guys and not say yes to this guys. And as soon as that happened, San Diego was like, we're not going to enforce this until you guys figure it out. So they're like, game on. And we're like, dude, I mean, we're trying to save our asses. So we're like, I mean, we're not going to open up irresponsibly and just be like wide open. Some people are doing that, but we were going to do 25% max.
Price.
Yeah, like really try to like be responsible and just I just want to float, man. I'm not trying to make money. I just don't want to go under. So it's crazy right now. Like, I don't know if San Diego is going to enforce it or not enforce it or what is going on. It's madness right now.
So you figured you'd, with all this important stuff going on, you figured you'd just jump on with us for a little bit.
Hey, I don't know. I thought it would kind of be nice. I was packing my bag and I was finishing up a weird remix I was making for this friend of mine with Dominic the Donkey. She says it's like a Christmas song. Have you ever heard this song?
Oh, hell yeah. Dominic the Donkey. How did we not talk about that show? That
The
song
fuck is Dominic the Donkey?
What?
I never heard of it either, man. I'm with you.
This song's amazing.
It's like a famous 1940s, 1950s.
Oh, of course. That's why he knows this.
Oh, shut up, Neil. I'm the second. Hey, I am the second youngest guy in this show right now.
Oh, what does that make me?
The old guy in the club.
Oh wait, you might be
welcome
the old.
Actually,
Scooter, you're the old.
Welcome to the old guy in the club. Starring
Scooter. No. Neil is older than me. There's no way Neil is older than me.
Neil's
How
the
old
youngest.
are you? I think I'm the youngest. I'm 43.
Oh damn, that sucks. I think I am the oldest.
Hey, don't be treating me like no kid. I ain't no kid.
Whatever, Junior. Get it together.
When you get to my age.
I'm 43. I've got an enlarged prostate. You don't tell me who's young.
Dude, you can't even grow a proper beard, Neil. I don't want to hear your mouth. Dude, your chin is as clean as your sister's, brother. It's just
I got rid of my chin, man. This is a quarantine chisel.
What do you
I
got
found your chin, bro.
Yeah, I got
Scooter, that hair is incredible.
I got a whole lot of waddle right here.
Wow, quarantine hair.
I mean, if you got the chance to see what it's going to do, if you let it go, you might as well just see what's going to happen. I mean, this is like...
That looks good, Scoop.
That's like 12 inches, bro.
That's what she said.
When I met Scooter,
Pause.
he had no hair. He had a shaved head.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, I was Zilla.
Which brings up a question.
Oh,
Who
exactly.
shaves their head if they don't have to? You obviously have hair.
I did not want to comb it or brush it or get it styled. It seemed like a waste of time. I have a nice round head, and it worked for me. And I was just like, why am I going to do all this hair care and product and no. I'm saving myself hundreds of thousands of dollars over my lifetime. I'm not doing it. And then
Dude, who's doing your hair? Jose Iber? I mean, what the fuck?
I said over a lifetime, man.
That's an old guy reference right there, bro.
I'm ahead of the game. But then one of my bald friends was talking smack and calling me bald, and I'm like, yo, I'm not bald, man. And then I grew it out to spite him for several months. And I just kept growing it, and I would just send him photos of just combing it, and I would style it different ways, and I would get some really a Cure kind of move going, like some sad, some angsty hair going. And I would send him all these photos, and at the end of it, I just for shits and giggles, I put it out on my Instagram. Hey, should I cut this? Yes or no? Just one of those little poll things. 98% no.
It looks good. You look great, Scoot.
No,
I wish I could grow that shit. I'm fucking.
It's dude. I'm telling you, it's overrated. Hair's fine.
So Scoot, we're in the middle of a topic, and we're talking about bad celebrity encounters.
Oh,
I know you got some.
I don't have that many because honestly, I am so bad about recognizing celebrities that most of the time my only interaction with them is to ignore them, which is bad, which is really bad for my job. I don't recognize them when they come up to me. Like I had a 10-minute conversation with George Clooney once, and I had no idea it was him. It was at your place at the Hard Rock too.
There's certain celebrities that just do not look like that.
Before we were there. Okay.
It was for Bruno's birthday or whatever, and I was DJing downstairs, and this really nice older dude came up to me with salt and pepper hair and started chit-chatting about him DJing in the 70s and how cool is this, and he was asking me about Serato and how it worked, and he asked me to touch a record. He's like, wow, it's real vinyl. Super cool, like nice guy. I was not paying much attention to him, but he was friendly, like who cares, right? And then and everybody's taking photos like right up the DJ, like, shh, and I'm like, wow, like it's really aggressive up here with the media at this moment. And then he came up and made like a really appropriate request for like kind of a fun song, and then he kind of bounced, and then afterwards my friend goes, Joe, you were talking to Clooney for so long. What were you talking about? I'm like, who? Clooney? Who? What are you talking about? I was never talking to Clooney. He's like, dude, you were talking to him the whole time. And he like showed me the photos. I'm like, I didn't really look at him very good. I don't know. The only really bad, I would say, really bad was Paris Hilton's mom. I told her to fuck off, and that was really bad.
Wait, Paris Hilton's mom, you did what?
It was either mom or aunt or some kind of like person. This is way back in the Vegas days. Was it Pure? I think it was Pure. It was like my one and only time I ever played at Pure because of that. She's like, this lady comes up and asks me to play We Are Family, and I'm like, no, I'm not playing that. That's not going to happen. I'm sorry, but is there anything else I can do for you? And she just started berating me and left, and I'm like, oh, whatever. And then she came back a minute ago and a minute later berated me again, and I'm like, okay, whatever. And then she came back and just started stomping around and throwing a drink around, and I'm like, you can get the fuck out of here, and if you can't get yourself the fuck out of here, I'm going to get this dude to get you the fuck out of here. And that didn't work out well for me.
And that was the first and last time you've ever played.
And last time I ever played there.
You know, as you were talking, and I actually thought, I don't know whether this is a good story or bad story, but the George Clooney story actually brought back a memory that I had. And I don't know if White Label was even around at the time, but I did something for, I think it was NBC. It was a holiday party out here in New York. The restaurant doesn't exist anymore. I actually just randomly rode a bike past there, and it was like a steakhouse. So I was doing their holiday party, and a couple photographers kept coming closer and closer to me, and I was DJing holiday party, and then I looked to the corner of my eye. I can't think of the dude's name, but it was the dude from To Catch a Predator.
Oh, Chris Wallace?
Yeah. So I was standing there and I was DJing, and I looked and I was like, and he was slowly coming to me, and I was like,
you thought they were catching you?
I was like, I like locked up. I was like,
did you look at the girl next to you and go, how old are you?
Seriously, I looked at her, I was just like, and he was like, oh man, I used to be a DJ like back in the 80s and this and that. It was the same story. That's why I was like, he was like, yo, okay. And I have a photo on my Instagram. I never think of these things because I never really think of like, celebrity and like that. I don't really find him as a celebrity. I find him as like the fuzz. I was like, so I never really think about this one, this specific story. But yeah, he just came and grabbed my headphones and he was like, he was playing. He mixed 3 songs.
Oh, for real?
He didn't mix them. He played 3 songs. I didn't even have to tell him. I was just like, okay. He was like, oh, I think I got this. And then he just played 3 songs.
Whoa, that's amazing.
I was like, shit.
That's amazing.
I was like, shit.
What if you have a seat over there? Would you like some lemonade before he starts going into you as to why you were there?
Yeah, I was still waiting for the catch. Like, is he going to stop the music and be like, here, take a seat right here.
Hey, what are you doing? What are you doing? Neil? What are you doing?
The whole night I was still looking over my shoulder like,
what is the record that Chris Hansen would drop in a nightclub? That's what I want to know. Like, what was his go-to?
Say again.
I'm like wondering what direction Chris Anthony.
It was like
dropped in a nightclub. Like throwing fire in the middle of the dance floor.
Nah, he did like typical things like Michael Jackson. He did Michael Jackson's "Sweet Dreams," and I forgot what the other one was.
That guy did a Michael Jackson song.
I mean, it was his era. I have a photo somewhere deep in my Instagram of that night.
That's amazing. Did he do Cops too, or am I tripping? I don't remember.
No. Cops was
Wasn't that same guy?
No, that was Adam. That was Adam's dad. Oh my God.
I mean, we don't have to figure this. I'm sorry. I was just thinking if he was the same dude who was doing both. Catch a predator.
Totally different guy, but yeah.
And catch every guy who ever like smoked weed on a corner anywhere in the United States.
Yeah. Chris Mullen was on. He was on like the news, wasn't he?
Yeah.
That sounds right.
Yeah, he was on the news for a while.
Yeah, well, I don't know, man.
That was one of my awkward ones.
Zox, you have to have a good one, like 100 good ones.
You would think between the time we teased this segment last week and today, I would have thought about this. I did not until about an hour before the show. I told the Mike Tyson story just before you came on.
Oh, okay.
At Body English, where he just sat down at somebody's table and he wouldn't get up, and they came up to me and they're like, "Hey, there's some guy. He won't get up. Can you help us out?" I'm like, "Of course." So I walk over there and I'm like, she's like, "Yeah, he won't leave," and I'm like, "Yeah." What do you want me to do? She's like, "Well, tell him to leave." I'm like, "No." She's like, "Why?" I'm like, "It's Mike Tyson."
Did I ever tell you my Ray Lewis story?
I've heard it. It's incredible.
I want to hear it.
Okay, so Ray Lewis. So I was playing at a lounge here, and this was I think it was like the NBA draft or some shit like that. It was like some sort of sporting event, and most people know I don't know anything about sports at all, and
sports!
So I know shit about athletes. I know how to play almost every sport. I don't know anything about athletes or stats or anything.
Damn,
so I was playing a super hood set because there was all these athletes in the room. I just played. And like somebody kept asking me for this one song. This girl kept asking me for the song. It's like, "Hey, Ray Lewis wants to hear the song. Ray Lewis wants to hear the song." I was like, "All right, I'll get to it in a second," because I just had my whole thing going on. Eventually, the girl was like, there was a dude standing behind the girl. The girl was like, "Hey, Ray Lewis wants to hear this song. Are you going to play it?" I was like, yeah, 1 second. And she moves out of the way. He walks up and was like, "Yo, I'm Ray Lewis. Can you please play that song?" And I looked at him. I was like, "I'm sorry, Ray Lewis. Are you like a manager here or like a GM?" And he was just like, I had never played at the place before. I was like, I didn't know all the staff. And he stared at me and I was like, he was like, "Man, I play football." I was like, "Ray, that's why I don't know shit about like athletes or anything like that." He's like,
Right.
he was like, the way you asked me, he's like, "Look, I have to go to practice. I have practice like soon or some shit like that." He had to go to sleep. And then the GM came up to me and was like, "Did you just ask Ray Lewis if he was a manager at this place?" And I was like, and even then, I still didn't know who he was. I was just like, he plays football. He was like, "You know what?" Because like he was a GM that was like, stick to your own program. Don't take any requests. He was like, "You know what? It don't even matter. Just keep doing what you're doing." Later on, like a week later, I remember about this whole Ray Lewis thing. So I started Googling him and stuff, and I finally figured out that he literally got away with murder.
Yeah. I'm actually really curious what you guys' thoughts on this. Do you think it's a DJ's responsibility to know all these people?
Yeah, I do.
It kind of is, doesn't it? Sad.
Yeah. Part of your job.
It's a DJ's job to know this?
I say
100%.
no.
Hell no.
I think that with all
No,
due
look,
respect,
is it your job? No. Will it help you to know pop culture and to know who's in the room? And if some guy if there's a rapper there that has beef with another rapper, you don't want to play the song of that other rapper.
No,
right?
I think that's.
I'm sorry, no.
Wait. Knowing music guys and knowing athletes and movie stars is two different things.
I think you should know it all. That's your job. I think that's part of your job.
No, I think it's the talent. I think it's the talent person. The person responsible for the talent should investigate all of this. The reason why I say that is Reno, for instance. I played when Chris Brown was playing, and his whole posse surrounded me when I played Soulja Boy. I didn't know shit about the whole beef, but then the talent wrangler or the talent person came and was like, yo, you aren't supposed to play Soulja Boy. I'm like, now you fucking tell me.
Yeah.
Now you tell me. I got all these people to deal with.
Our good friend Marco Penta in the chat room is there. He's like, it's the host, program director, GM's job, and it certainly helps. But you have to, first of all, you guys have so much to deal with when you are out there performing. You're in a new city, you've got a new setup. You might be familiar, you might not be. But is it really your responsibility to know which football player is coming in from out of town or which professional athlete or local celebrity? How in the world would you guys know? But if a GM says, hey, by the way, over at table 12 over there's Ray Lewis from the Ravens. Also, we don't play any Soulja Boy when he's in the building. That just makes your life easier. That makes it, and usually you guys, they have no problem communicating that shit to you.
I mean, look, is it your job? Technically, no. Why shouldn't you know things like that? You should know what's going on in the world. You could hate the Kardashians. You should know who they are, and you should know pop culture.
Man, how do I get out of this talk show?
No, Justin, that's a false equivalency, right? Like you have the Kardashians that basically have their own network at this point, whereas a professional athlete, and we'll just go back to Ray Lewis. Even if Neil knew the name Ray Lewis, to be able to recognize a professional athlete that gets all of his TV time under a helmet, it's hard to differentiate with who those people actually are. And, I think as DJs, everybody wants to be hospitable. I don't think that there's ever a time where you ever want to offend someone. No. So give the talent the ammunition they need, give them the information that they need to be an extension of your club, to be an extension of your brand, and make your club look great, because like the guy that they're paying big money to play that night actually knows who their VIP clientele is. But if you just expect them to wing it, that's the desired result, and that's the result you're going to get.
The reason I say it is because anytime I'm in Vegas or anytime I'm somewhere where I think I might, if it's not my house and I'm not comfortable there, the first thing I'll do is ask. I'll be like, hey, is there anybody coming in tonight? Is there anything I need to know? Is there any special tables? Is there anything you need to know? And I always ask, and I always say, hey, look, if you need something from me, here's my text. Here's a text message. Hit me up, and I'll take care of whatever you need. Shout outs, whatever. Like for people that I know matter, who are not going to just hit me up all the time saying something stupid like play Soulja Boy or some shit like that. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. But I don't think there's no way I could know every beef that's happening in every hip hop dude or on Twitter, on Instagram. Like, I'm trying to be good. I'm trying to be good at my job, which is to keep people on the dance floor, to rock that club, and to make
right.
Money.
Yep,
exactly.
Okay, I will concede that point. But if you did know all this extra information, couldn't that help you in some way?
I agree, it does. But there's no way possible for me to know. Maybe it is. I know there's a lot of people that love sports. They know every basketball player, every hockey player, every baseball player. I mean, start putting that out on the line now. That's a lot of knowledge you have to have.
Yep.
It's not always the first tier guys that come in, right? You get the second tier guys come in who are back in the day when we had the Chargers in San Diego. I don't know none of them dudes. They would come up all the time, high five them. I'm like, "What's up, big dude? High five." I don't know.
Exactly.
Right.
If you exceed like 6'7", you're probably a pro basketball player in my mind. So I'm just gonna be nice anyway. Not only that, you're 6'7", you're probably gonna kick my. You could probably kick my ass anyway. So just be nice.
I mean, he could be.
I think we can all agree that it's a collaborative effort between the venue and the talent on all sides. And communication in any relationship, in any business activity, when there's good communication, you get good results. When there's bad communication, you get bad results. That's it.
Yeah, I see it. I was just really curious to see what you guys take on it, because I've eaten a fat one on some days when I did not recognize people, or someone came up to me that I've definitely seen before, but I had no idea what their name was, and like they really affected me to know who they were, and they're like, "What up?" And I'm like, "Hey, dude." Like,
I mean, look, I guess there's a level, right?
Right.
I mean, if I would. I know this happened, so I would think if George Clooney walked up, you should probably know who George Clooney is. The dude is one of the most famous people in the world.
Dude, there's certain.
He didn't look like George Clooney.
Yeah.
He had like salt and pepper hair. He looked way skinnier than that. He looked way bigger on TV, like more like athletic. He was like a tiny dude with a giant head, which I realize that's what every Halloween person looks like. But I just did not visually looking at him. Even when they pointed him out to me, I'm like, oh yeah, I guess that is him, but it wasn't easy. Like he could have also been a guy who looked like Clooney. I don't know, man.
Yeah, they're What about the dude that looked like Pitbull when we were all in buttfuck Nevada? Remember that dude? I was like, is that Pitbull? That might be Pitbull. No, that's not Pitbull. Why would he be here? Remember that dude?
I totally remember that dude, but that dude reminded me of
Yeah, wait. Yes, he was like in the middle of the dance floor,
Yeah, I was like,
jacking on girls. Yeah.
Why would it be him?
I mean, he was dressed exactly like Pitbull would be dressed too.
He looked just like
Yes.
Pitbull, and I was like, oh my god,
We started
no.
playing Pitbull stuff, didn't we?
I think so. I think you put.
100%, yes.
You were playing. I wasn't playing yet.
So, guys, speaking of Pitbull, this isn't just the worst celebrity encounters, but it's also the best. I would like our good friend Rob Zilla to talk about his Pitbull experience.
Oh, Pitbull is the nicest human being on the world. I've actually,
That's why they call him Mr. Worldwide.
He really is.
I don't think that's why they call him that.
That's definitely not, but that's something an old guy would say.
I've had a lot of professional encounters with Pitt over the years, and there was a time when I was kind of out of the industry for a minute, and I'm having dinner in Los Angeles, and Pitt is a few tables down, and actually saw me, and I didn't want to interrupt his dinner, and got up from his dinner and came over to my table and said hi to me and my friends, because that's just the nature of the human being that he is. He's just good people. I was being like we made eye contact, like it was one of those, like hey, and then ended up making me look like a freaking superstar, because that's just and that's just the tip of the iceberg as to the quality of person that he is. He's always been like, when you're booking a show, always on time, reasonable writer requirements, plays his set, gives a great performance every time. And I mean, this is coming from a guy, we used to book him before Pitbull was wearing $4,000 suits. He was doing his shows in jorts and basketball jerseys. And as his career evolved, and then like one night, Scooter, you'll remember this spot in San Diego. I took him to Deco's one night after a show.
Wow, yeah.
Yeah, so we ended up, like, we did a show at the House of Blues. It was Pitt and Bash. I think it was Pitt, Bash, and Frankie J on the bill together at the House of Blues up the street, and then we just.
It's a hot Latin concert right there.
Oh, dude, like so many good-looking people. I felt like the ugliest person in the room, which isn't that far of a stretch, but there was just a lot of good-looking Latin people in that room that night. And so it was them, and Pitt's like, "You want to go out? What's fun around here?" I'm like, "Well, we were going to go to Deco's. You want to roll?" He's like, "Yeah, let's go." We're walking down Fifth Avenue.
That's amazing.
Walk up into Deco's. I mean, like that just shows you. And then so I reach out to whoever the contact was there at the time. I'm like, "Yo, I've got Pitbull with me. We might need a table." And Pitt's like, "Fuck that. I want to hang at the bar." He's like, I don't want that. That's the other thing. He's like, Pitbull doesn't like the whole VIP room. Doesn't want to be seen to be seen, or that whole vibe. Like he doesn't want to be on display. If he's going to be out and friends recognize him, he wants to engage with them and interact with them, and that earns a lot of respect.
That's dope. Man of the people. I love man of the people.
Yeah, man of the people. Absolutely.
I love that.
Absolutely.
I love that. I love when DJs. That's my favorite thing, when I see a big DJ come in and he walks in, he goes straight to the bar and buys himself a drink. I don't want drink tickets. Give me my bottle, blah, blah. He goes, hey, let me get a vodka soda, whatever. Just buys himself one drink. You say, oh, this dude's like not a complete piece of garbage. I mean, he's, mostly, but kind of not. I remember I saw one DJ do that, and I'm like, I'm doing that every time I go to any club.
What if he comes in with his own drink? He like opens up his bag and pulls out his own bottle.
That's some Little John shit. He coming with a cup. Yeah.
I think I freaked out the.
Off real quick.
I think I freaked out the lighting guy at Studio Paris once. He was like, yo, so you want any waters here? And I just like pulled this like big bottle of water out of my backpack. I'm like, no, I'm good. I
got my GHB right here.
I was like, no, I'm good. And I just like put it down on the thing. He was like, I think you're the only person who's ever done that before.
Crazy, man. I don't know, man. I don't know. That's good. It's kind of cool that between the four of us, we have more positives than negatives. I guess. I don't know.
I mean,
any of the negatives that I've ever had, like encounters, were always on my doing.
I think I'm gonna have to kind of agree with you on that one.
I'm responsible for my own shortcomings. Thank you very much.
That's really funny.
Yeah, I was playing at the Dream Hotel. This is when it first opened, and
New
I
York or
played the one in New York.
All right.
The one that PhD's on the roof and Tao Group was running it, and I played. I cannot remember it was a hip hop song, and it was against and it was they were firing off against who's the NBA player that was going out with one of the Kardashians, light skinned
All
dude.
of them?
The light skinned dude, and then there was a rap song.
Pick a name.
Blake.
Chris
Was
Humphries.
it Blake?
Chris Humphries.
Chris Humphries. All right.
And I played that song. I didn't know that over the wall, Chris Humphries was eating dinner.
Whoops.
And he just like walked out. I was just the DJ on page 6, played the song and made Chris Humphries walk out. That was I didn't know. No one told me. And there was 1,000 hosts there. No one told me.
How can you be mad at that? It can't be your fault. It can't be your fault.
And then the Chris Brown one when I was playing Soulja Boy. There were, and then the Ray Lewis one. There was I don't know, man. I just play. I don't give a fuck. Like I'll just deal with the consequences later. But like no one ever tells me. I remember I was playing an event for I think it was for Rockefeller, and they were like, don't play anything with Ciroc in it. Or it was in reverse. And I was like, what the fuck? I was like, how am I supposed to know that?
You think I listened to?
Yeah. They were like, yo, anything with that, just bleep it out. And I was like, I wouldn't even know how to do that.
I'll be honest with you. I stopped
an 8-second delay.
A long time ago. I have no idea what anybody's saying anymore.
Yep.
Unless it's something where I pull it down and everybody says something, I stop listening because it's just mumbles and garbage to me. Like nobody's saying anything anymore. So I'm not going to listen. I'm like, oh, this beat is hot. I'm gonna play this beat, but it's all beats to me. Hey,
yeah,
guys, Hey guys, I love you, man, but I gotta actually get out of here before we get arrested. I'm gonna try to get up there and do some work.
Hey, Scoop, Merry Christmas to you and the
Scoop,
family.
Merry Christmas,
yeah,
bro.
man. Merry Christmas, dude.
Hey,
give the fam a hug from us.
Yes, of course. It was really good to see all you guys, and Merry Christmas, and Happy New Year, Happy Hanukkah, whatever you guys are into.
We're doing a Festivus episode on Wednesday.
Ooh.
Bring your ugly sweater. We'll see you Wednesday.
Oh, that will be very easy to do. All right, fellas, love.
All right, later, Scoop.
Later.
Bye. That is a living legend right there, the one and only DJ Scooter. Find him, follow him on his Instagram at Scooter DJ. What a great human being he is.
He's one of my favorite humans on the planet.
Love Scooter.
It's hard to be in a bad mood when Scooter's around.
Nah.
And
sorry, I was just gonna say, you know, for as much as we just love him as a person, his personality, his talent backs it up too. He brings the party every time he's behind the decks.
Yep.
Sorry, I cut you off, Neil. My apologies.
Oh no. He was like, it's hard to be in a bad mood with him in your presence. I'm like, unless you had 15 cups of coffee.
Right. And yet here I am. Oh man.
There you are, Justin Zatz, ladies and gentlemen.
So I was trying to get our good friend celebrity DJ William Lifestyle to join us for a couple minutes. He's here in the chat, but yeah, he's big time in us.
Wait, what the
Oh,
fuck?
that's all right.
Will, after all that coaching I gave you, you better get your ass on stream right now. Like right now.
Are you trying to tell me? Are you trying to tell me that T-Mobile's national DJ William Lifestyle will not come onto the show with us?
Hannibal Burris's fill-in
Hey,
will
Will,
not come on
like,
stream with us.
I sent you the link, bro. You just got to click it. That's all you got to do. Click one button.
Yeah.
The fuck?
I guarantee you he's drinking a glass of wine. No question about it. He is drinking a glass of wine at the moment.
He better be. He better be.
Come on, Team Magenta.
Oh man. All right. Well,
I have a special celebrity guest. Making an appearance.
Whoa!
Wow!
Whoa!
Wow! Oh, Jen can't hear us.
No, she can't. Well, I'm gonna disconnect the AirPods so Jen can hear you. Hold on one second.
Oh, we got Will in the backstage. Hold on, Will. Give me a minute.
Dude, we got the whole crew in here.
It's the holidays. It's the holidays. We gotta say hello to everybody. Oh.
You should tell your sister to have her phone or something with her. Oh, okay.
Oh, look at that. Oh,
sorry.
Jilly, Jackie
Silly,
is at her sister's house.
It should connect. Are you connected, guys? No, nothing.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, we got you.
Anything that can go wrong has gone wrong on this show technologically.
Okay.
We can hear you.
What's going on, Jen?
No.
Oh boy.
There it is. Finally,
okay.
everything that could have gone wrong technologically on my side has, but we fixed it now. So there she is, making her first celebrity appearance, maybe second on the show.
Second. Yep.
Is there a second chair where there's just you guys could share the camera?
I
don't share the camera.
First of all, I don't share cameras. My ego doesn't allow for it. And secondly,
don't share cameras.
We don't have broadcasting live from my bedroom where my laptop, or I'm sorry, my desktop is set up on a beer fridge. So there's not a whole lot of furniture around in here. So
that's okay.
No, they can totally see you.
Yeah. We got to get it set up the right way when she subs in for me on Christmas.
For the Festivus show, what I will do is get her my laptop, and we'll get Jen in there. It'll be fun.
Oh, look who it is!
There he is.
What up?
What's going on there, Mr. William Lifestyle?
Chilling, boys.
AKA Will Smith, AKA J Dub.
What's going down?
Of course, he's drinking wine.
Oh, there he is.
So, for everyone in the chat that doesn't know William, he is a DJ as well. He is now streaming on Twitch too, which is amazing. Finally, but his kind of forte, his specialty, is he does all the hot like L.A., Hollywood, West Hollywood nightclubs and lounges where all the celebrities show up. So he's probably not allowed to talk about most of the stories that he has witnessed and been a part of, but I'm sure he has something for us.
Whoa, tell us the Diddy story. I was in LA at the time that happened, but I wasn't with you, and you told me the story after the fact.
I was at where was I? I was at the Waldorf.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So,
hey, wait, Will, bring your phone closer to you so we could hear your voice.
how's that?
There you. Perfect.
So I was playing at the Waldorf, which is a beautiful hotel property. There's one in New York. There's one in Beverly Hills. And I'm playing like a 6-hour like deep house funk set on the rooftop. Beautiful day in the summer. And I'm playing. I have like my little camp with me. We sipping on rosé. Pretty lit at this point. I'm about like 4 hours in. And a group of people walk in. And I noticed that it's Diddy. So I'm like, oh shit, this is like kind of dope. But then I'm like, I don't even know if I should be playing this type of music. I don't know if he's gonna rock with.
Oh, we lost you.
Your audio.
Am I back?
Okay. Yep.
Yep.
Okay. So next thing I know, he comes over to me, and I'm thinking we about to just do the typical black thing. We about to do the jab. So I extend my hand, and it just literally just goes to air, and he puts his hand on my shoulder and was like, looks at me like, looks deep into my soul. Is like, are these the vibrations you're gonna be playing? And I was like, fuck, man. Yeah, I am. And I'm sitting up.
We lost you again. We lost you again.
Call me right now. Hold on.
What?
Someone's trying to get into my place downstairs. When I tell stories, I hate when people try to interrupt with me. So now we're going to journey real quick.
All I know is that all I want for Christmas is some better internet connection. All I'm asking Santa for this year. Jesus, my internet is shot.
Not as shot as Will's.
Yeah, Will's is pretty shot too.
You got the best. You got the third best internet in this stream.
Out of 4, that ain't so bad.
Jen, don't you have Jen? You have a Diddy story too, right?
Can't hear.
Oh, we can't hear you. We can't hear you.
Hold on. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
You can't hear her?
Nope.
It's a takeover. Hello? Can you hear me now?
Hello. Yes.
Perfect.
Okay. Yeah, the Press Play album release party.
Oh, yeah, you're perfect.
Yeah, this guy took me. And I met him there with Danny D. Kane. But Danny D. Kane wasn't as nice as Diddy. Diddy's like the nicest guy. Took pictures, like invited us into the VIP.
Yeah, of course.
It was awesome.
My sister in the VIP? No!
Never. Sure.
All right, there he is. He's back.
Okay. Did it work? Yeah.
Oh no!
Yes.
Now we can hear both of you guys.
All right, well, that worked.
Well, no. Now we can't
Oh,
hear
okay.
you, Rob.
Oh, I mean, that's, you know what? Hold on. Jen, on the counter right around the corner, there's an actual other set of AirPods. I'm going to give you these. Will you hand me those, and I'll connect them both?
Both.
Damn! What kind of computer you got?
Man,
I
don't.
can't
would
do
never
any of
I
that.
have no idea how to do that. Will, you're all like choppy. I don't know what's going on in your spot.
Will, you are black. That's all I see.
I only came on here because Justin said I wouldn't. So.
I like that.
I like when I call people out and they actually show me up. It's the best.
Yeah. So that's how you get me to do something is by saying, she won't. I will. I always will.
So Will, I don't know if we can hear you, man. It's all just choppy.
Hey, wait, Hannah, are you jumping on stream with us next week or during the holidays? I think it's me, you, and Rob, right?
Yeah, I'll try to. Well, I will. If Rob's down, I'll do it for sure.
Rob, let's do it. Fuck Justin.
Yeah, I
can't
can
hear
come
Will?
in and say hello for a minute, but I'm gonna have the kids and stuff, and I can't shove them aside on Christmas.
I hear that.
I mean, I'll bring them on the show with me. I'll come on for a few minutes.
Okay.
But I'm
Thanks.
my Christmas episode. Bye, Jen. My Christmas
Bye.
episode will be the Festivus episode.
I still-
Except the problem is, and for those of you that don't follow me on Facebook, I ordered a special sweatshirt, a hoodie, as the kids say, for Festivus. And it says, it's a Festivus for the rest of us, which is, the Festivus line. So I ordered it, and the package comes like 3 days ago. I'm so excited. I open up the package, and this is the hoodie.
Dude, that is so good.
Now, obviously, that is not me, but some guy or girl ordered this for the guy or girl, I would assume. This is the hoodie I got. Now, if it was not a size medium, I would definitely wear that on Wednesday, but there's no chance I could fit any part of my body into that sweatshirt.
Can you send that sweater to me? I want
You
that
can't
one.
even fit in it. It's a medium.
Oh, I'll fit in it.
Oh God. Will, can we hear you now? Can you say something?
This whole thing is falling apart. I think it's StreamYard.
It.
But we're fine.
Yeah. Well, we can't hear you. Will.
You know what it is? It's T-Mobile.
Don't say that. Don't say that. You don't want to mess with his pockets, man. Well, you know what we're gonna do? No, Justin. What are we gonna do? Since everything's going to shit, let's just get into grinds my gears. What do you think? Grinds my gears?
Sure.
I give up.
Okay,
I can't even do that right. That's it. I don't know what what this is just. Is Mercury in retrograde or something like that?
something is in retrograde for sure. Something is.
Well, we tried, man. We tried. So I'm sorry. I just got a question from Jilly Bean. I actually did go. What the hell just happened now? So Jilly Bean in the chat is asking if I got to go to that deli that I was craving last week. I did. I went like 3 or 4 days ago. It was incredible. So good. Probably the second best pastrami sandwich I've ever had in my life, behind Katz's. I did have 2 black and white cookies, not for myself. I brought some home. I had some like Jewish cookies, like these Linzer tarts.
You had some Hamantaschen?
Oh, I didn't. I did not. It was everything I had hoped for. And I'm going back like probably tomorrow or the next day.
I got to tell you that Justin actually texted me mid-meal, and he's trying to tell me like, oh my God, this matzo ball soup is amazing. Oh my God, this is the second best pastrami I've ever had. And I was happy for him because he was getting that deli craving satisfied, but also never got those reactions when he came to eat at my place. So, you know, little disheartening.
Stop. Jesus. You're unbelievable.
No, he was at the Jewish deli.
You know what grinds my gears? Rob Zilla grinds my gears. No, I'm just kidding. I actually do have a grinds my gears this week, and I haven't had one in the last couple of weeks. That I recall. I have a very, very simple breakfast order when I go to a diner.
I don't
very
believe
simple.
that.
Well, I'll tell you my order, and then you can either believe it or not believe it.
I'm going to say 2 eggs over easy, bacon crispy, and toast.
Close. 2 eggs over medium.
All right.
Not over easy, over medium. With hash browns and toast. And here's what I order. Can I have 2 eggs over medium with rye toast, hash browns, and sausage well done, like super well done, burnt.
Okay.
That's what I say. That's what I say. That is not a high maintenance order by any stretch.
No.
I can't tell. First of all, 8 times out of 10, the eggs come out over easy. 8 times out of 10. It's a fucking diner. They should know how to cook an over medium egg. Now, I don't dislike over easy eggs, so I just suck it up and eat it. But I prefer them over medium. That's not the part of the story that pisses me off. Every 9 out of 10 times, those sausage come back not even well done. Forget burnt, how I like them. Not even well done. And it's like so frustrating. This is what grinds my gears. I know it's fucking first world problems, not like the end of the world.
Yep.
But it's not hard to do. I'm not asking you for something that's fucking difficult. You do the same thing, just longer. Like, what the fuck is so hard about cooking my sausage so it's crispy? I like the sausage crispy.
Just when you think that you've cooked it enough, cook it for 2 minutes more.
So then what happens is I eat everything on the plate except the 2 lengths of sausage. Oh, how was everything, sir? Okay. Because I'm not, at that point, I'm not saying anything. Oh, was the sausage not cooked enough? No, it was not, but it's not a big deal. Oh, well, I can cook it more for you now. And I'm like, well, I'm leaving. But anyway, that's what happened this time. Most of the time, if they ask right away, or a lot of times I'll just ignore it because I'm like I don't want to fight. But a lot of times if they'll ask, I'll say, can I cook that more? And I'll say yes, if it's in the beginning of the meal. Then 9 times out of 10, it comes back, Zilla, what do they do to it? You know.
Wait, what? What do they do to it?
They fucking put it in the deep fryer because they're too fucking lazy to just fucking cook it more like a normal fucking sausage.
Okay.
So then when they put it in the deep fryer, it ruins the whole thing because it dries it out. It's terrible.
So it's too cooked.
Yes, because they don't know how to fucking do it the right way. It's not that it's too, Neil. It's not that it's too cooked. It's just cooked totally different. That's not how you cook a sausage.
No, I mean Justin does have a point. Like when you like the sausage and the casing. So I think what Justin's trying to get to is he likes the snap of the casing where it still has some life on the inside. When you deep fry it, it just dries it all out. It just kind of murders it from the inside out. So it just becomes it becomes like I don't know. It's like eating tree bark. There's no texture left to it. I understand where Justin's going with it.
You know what, fucking Marco? I am not difficult.
He is on 16 cups of coffee, Marco, so you need to relax.
I tell them exactly what I want, and it's not anything crazy. It's a diner. You should know how to cook over medium eggs and well-done sausage. That is not... I'm not ordering Chinese food at a diner.
How often do they screw up this order of yours?
All the time.
Then maybe it's difficult.
At least
it's a difficult order. Once or twice, I get it. All the time, maybe it's a difficult order.
As much as it pains me to agree with Justin, but when you're at a diner and you're a short order cook, that's why it's called a short order. If the customer is asking for eggs over medium, they should get eggs over medium. If they shouldn't come over hard and they shouldn't come over easy. If you're asking for your bacon crispy, your bacon should be crispy. If you're asking for your sausage to be burnt, that's the way it should be. I mean, people, there is an expectation when you go into a diner that you get your food modified the way you like it, right? Especially with breakfast. You know, like my sister.
It's not even modified. It's part of the order. The only thing that's modified is just cook it more.
No, I understand that. Like when you order, I'd like the 2 eggs, and they're like, "Well, how would you like them cooked?" I mean, that's always the follow-up question. I want 2 eggs, please. How do you want them? Like my sister, like Jen doesn't really eat eggs, but when she does, they're always scrambled hard. Like she doesn't sorry, Jen, if I'm outing you, but she's not really when it comes to texture, she prefers things that are a little bit more solid.
Me too.
And yeah. So she likes her scrambled eggs hard. She likes her burgers well done. That's just, and to each their own, right? I'm siding with you on this. Not necessarily on your delivery, but
I'm like clear as fucking day.
I don't think so.
I want, and I'm nice about it.
I don't think so, because if they keep screwing up, it might be a communication breakdown.
What's ambiguous about well-done sausage? Burnt.
I'm just saying that if you keep ordering the same thing and it keeps getting messed up, then you might be ordering wrong. You might have...
I think that maybe when you interject the whole thing like burnt, that maybe the waitress, because nobody in their lifetime ever hears anybody ask for something to be burnt, so maybe they're not taking you as seriously as you expect them. And Marco brings up the point that, most cooks will always err on the side of undercooking, because you could always cook it more, but you can never cook it less. So maybe it is a thing where you're like, I really do want these sausages super well done. If you might think I'm kidding when I say that I want the outsides burnt, but it's the only way that I can eat it.
Look, if it came out well done but not burnt, I understand. It wasn't even well done.
He was over it. Oh God. What grinds my gears is this episode.
I'm so embarrassed right now because this has just been a technological clusterfuck all day long, and it's
That
like,
is a
we're
great
having
name
so
for
much fun.
Zilla. That's a great name for an indie rock band. Technological clusterfuck. Hey, what are you guys doing tomorrow? We're gonna go see Technological Clusterfuck at the Palladium.
That's my new DJ name. I'm actually gonna start touring as a DJ. I'm gonna be headlining. EDC. It's like, yo, who's playing the main stage? Technological Clusterfuck. That's fucking amazing.
Oh man.
That's my new shit, homie. I'm having T-shirts made.
Oh God, it's so good.
What's crazy is that it's kicking me off at the funniest fucking times possible.
The timing is perfect. I think it's just, I don't know.
Jenna's
so
saying
funny.
that should be the name. That should be the name of my podcast, Technological Clusterfuck.
Wow,
that is actually spot. That'd be good.
Wow.
Jen, Jen named my dry cleaning and laundry company 10 years ago. I think she just named my new podcast.
Technological Clusterfuck with Rob Zilla.
Yeah.
Holy shit, it's perfect.
It's a whole lot of nothing all at once.
All right, Zilla, what's grinding your gears today?
Other than my technological clusterfuck that is our internet connection here in beautiful San Diego, we've managed to stay away from the health and stuff. Folks, seriously, stop politicizing people getting sick. Justin, I shared this with you earlier today. So I have a family member who's an EMT here in San Diego, and she actually took it upon herself to send a group text to the entire family and say, hey guys, based on my experience as to what's happening here, there are no beds left. We are pulling COVID patients out left and right. We can't find places to place them. So, just be mindful and be well is kind of her message. Like, whatever it is that you can do to kind of avoid whatever it is, just avoid that. So for everybody that isn't doing those things or isn't taking this seriously, you grind my gears. With that said, that's all I got.
All right, Neil.
Everybody, be careful out there because it seems like a lot of people are now experiencing what we experienced in March here in New York.
Neil, I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna read this to you verbatim, right? Like, and I'll keep it short. But it was, hi family, just want to say I love and miss you all, because she hasn't seen any of us because she goes from, she does her shift. She works, I think she works 12 hours on and then gets a few hours off, and then she's on for another 12. Please be extra careful with COVID-19. Always wear a mask, wash and sanitize your hands. I'm taking more and more COVID patients to the hospital. We have to wait a long time for beds. I waited 5 hours to get a bed at the ER a couple of days ago. We're responding to more calls. We are short-staffed, and it takes longer for ambulances to come. It's terrible. I think I lost you guys. So take care of yourself. That's the long and the short of it, guys.
Yes. Yeah. That's not what I'm just telling you guys right now.
Neil.
Hello? Check.
Neil's back.
You're good, Neil.
Just be careful out
connection,
there,
guys. I'm embarrassed. I feel like I'm dragging the show down.
Nah, this is actually adding more to it.
You keep interrupting Neil. It's incredible.
Should I go?
Yes.
Yes, please.
Okay. Just look, this is not my grinds my gears, but what Rob said, just be careful because everybody seems to be experiencing exactly what we went through in March. When you see the diesel trucks come behind the hospital, shit's bad. When you run out of beds, shit's bad. I don't know whether you want to call it shell shocked or what, but this shit is real. I try not to talk about it too much unless people ask me, but it's not a fucking game. So anyway, it just sucks that we were in such a close proximity. When you start seeing doctors scrambling around to get to any hospital to try and try to help because everyone's understaffed, shit's bad. And I saw all of that. And it looks like everyone else is now getting what we saw. So anyway.
Well, you guys are going through no picnic again either.
It ain't nothing compared to what we saw in March.
Well,
nothing.
I know, but it's still something.
It ain't nothing compared to March. When I look out my window and I see medical personnel running, it's not like that now. But when I see them running to that hospital or the two over there, it's bad. When you get an alert from Verizon saying all medical personnel, please report to any facility that you are closest to because we are understaffed. When the cell phone companies step in, it's fucking bad, dude. So anyway, that's not what grinds my gears, but I'm just saying because I try not to just be careful out there.
That's it.
So, what grinds my gears? I don't even know if I even have one, to be honest. What grinds my gears? Nothing that anybody else is doing. What grinds my gears is like the bathrooms in Central Park being absolutely the worst place on earth. It is the worst place on earth. And you would think that they keep everything on the outside immaculate, but dude, it is terrible, man. I had to take a long piss, and no joke, I thought I was gonna die or like go unconscious because I had to hold my breath so long. No inhaling in my nose or mouth. It was terrible. So anyway, that's what grinds my gears. Very simple.
Okay. Who are we gonna raid? We got a lot of friends on right now.
Who is on?
We got Flips, Darth Vader, Heavy, and 5.
I think we should go with Jenny Pocket from San Diego.
Fuck is that?
Female DJ out of San Diego.
Zilla, you know her?
I can't say that I do. No. I
I'm
haven't
always
left the house in 278 days, so what do I know?
I'm always a fan of rooting for. I mean, all the big guys have big numbers, dude. Actually, you know what? Rick Wonder's on.
He is?
Yeah.
What's his name? I'm not following
Rick
him,
Wonder.
so.
R-I-C-K.
Just Rick Wonder?
Yeah.
By the way, Jilly Bean asked a very interesting question. We should find out next week if E-Rock ever got his cameo from Jersey. This story needs a resolution. we should find out.
Maybe we'll bring him in on the Festivus episode. We'll get an answer.
Maybe we'll just bring Jersey in and have him do the cameo for free, and that will be everybody's Christmas gift because we saved them all $10.
Amazing. I like that.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna hit the raid button, and then we're gonna leave. Hold on. Okay. All right, people. Thanks for coming. Remember, Wednesday, the 23rd, the Festivus episode. What time? 5 p.m. Pacific. We'll see you there. Bye, everybody.